Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Hello, welcome. My name is Nori, and I'm coming to you live from the digital engineering server. This is modded Minecraft Valhelsia 3, and this is our mess. So, here it is, Friday night, community night. And on community night, I figured we would do some traveling about. We would see what people are up to. We would discuss the projects that we've got going on, answer any questions, and just, have a nice, gentle evening for the next hour or so that I have your attention before we start into some of our bigger projects, which we will start streaming all those live on Saturday for Saturday morning coffee. And so we will be doing very long play sessions on Saturdays. So tune in for those. I think we're working currently on the Wellness and Success Center, so that's still got a lot of work going on over there. We still got a bunch of more automation. We have some doors put in that look pretty good. So there's a lot of things going on there. That being said, where are we now? That's a good point. So I am sitting comfortably in my treehouse. Nice roaring fire. What we need is some comfort jams going on. We'll just ease into tonight. We'll just take off. So yes, where are we? We are in the treehouse. So why are we here at the treehouse? Well, I built the treehouse. That's a small little treehouse. Shale is actually over in this area of the woods somewhere. I think she may actually be somewhere down over here or over here. I don't know. We'll have to go get some of our more interesting attire. And oh, you know what? I think we have some of it. I am not currently wearing anything right now because it just wasn't a thing right now. But I believe one would think that you could see. So she's got this ring of trees somewhere, and we'll probably have to. You know what? We'll just take the Sharestone over to her place, and we'll go check it out that way, rather than trying to guess where it is from here. She's got a little Sharestone that will take us there. So let's be kind and use the system. So yeah, nice little humble treehouse here for me, just when you want to take a break, cut loose. I will probably expand this a little bit more. Belle's been planting trees. Hi, Belle. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, let's get this show on the road, shall we? So we'll pop back over here. Not much has changed up here. We have been deep into Botania, as you can see. I now have my Thor's hammer. There you go. That's the name of it. We'll get our flight gear so that we can... Why is it that the helmet's always the hardest thing to get off? Really? Don't need the shield. Doing all right. I am doing all right. It's been getting really kind of busy around here, but that's life. So let's see. Set to hover. Fuel tanks are good. So the colony, as it is, has been growing up rather nicely. We are up to the tier 5. You have a dad joke for me. Oh, I am all ears for a good dad joke. We are in the process of getting a couple, I think the final buildings out here up to tier 5. And then I think we're done with these ones. I want to say there's a few other builds to go in, but we'll get to those. And down here. Oh, that's because 789 is an old plastic. Good old joke. I always did enjoy those ones. Oh. I want to break out dad jokes, and I had one I had heard earlier today, and I thought that was pretty fantastic. What was it? No, it slipped my mind. If I think about it, I'll share next time. So we've got going on here. This is going to be our big train depot. That's going to go that way. I'm thinking about putting either like a huge dragon skull right here or some other sort of big, large construct. As you go into here. Now, this will eventually take us over to the central hub. I was thinking something really kind of cool for either on this side or maybe the other end. I don't know. We'll come back to that one. That's still baking. So what's been going on with you, Belle? And having a good day so far? As we come to a landing, step back into our lab area. So not much has changed in here. This is all still pretty much the same. The only difference is I think most of these machines aren't running anymore because we just don't have much of a need for them to be running anymore. Except I think the B system is still going. Yeah. So yeah, the B system is still going, but there you go. And then here's our pedestals. I need to decorate this room with something. I just don't know what. Great day learning at school. Hey, any day that you learn something is a good day. I enjoy learning something new every day. I try to learn something new every day. So anytime you can learn anything new, it's absolutely fantastic. It's something to be proud of, because the more you learn, the more you know, and the better off you'll be in the long run. Our storage area, which I'm going to replace all of this stone with, I have no idea, probably some kind of brick assembly. I'm liking the brick and mortar feel for this area, so I may just kind of carry that through this whole section. This is our old drawer storage that we're sort of kind of using, but not really. I think the system is using it, but I'm not actively putting anything in or out of that for a while. Our refined storage system, which apparently is very full on one disk. And then, of course, our teleporter frame that takes us over to our more advanced workshop. So we'll step through here. So this is where we've been doing the vast majority of our work. The most latest things that we've got going on, which are real fun, is we got our QIO system up. Great. We've actually removed some of the refined storage or mechanism machines out of here. We don't need them anymore. And if you hadn't noticed, we've pulled the reactor out of here. So no more big reactor in here. We've actually replaced it with this induction matrix, which holds an astronomical amount of power. Yeah, this thing is gorgeous. The amount of power that's holding, the amount of input we're bringing in for power is just outrageous. But I like this room. This is one of my favorite rooms. This is fun. this actually activates a strip, a machine that will go see here that produces all the dye I need for my entire enterprise over here. So we take it up through our little underground stairs. So there's our Tetra station. We've put in all new teleporter doors to everywhere. So now we have teleporter doors everywhere. Our Hall of Villainry has gotten a massive upgrade. So, you know, you want to put a mob on, you want to farm a specific mob for something, like you can get Wands of Freezing from this guy. Our Mob Crusher and Mob Duplicator will take care of that for you. And so the nice thing is just pop a couple glasses out and you can swap that out with whatever mob that you want. But where this was just these 4 rooms initially, we have now wrapped this around. And I get in here and do the rest of the glass work and the end rod like that to finish the lookout for this place. But we've included now an extra 5 rooms on the other side. Right now we're making beef for the village. But, you know, we can get wither skeletons going. There's, what is this guy? I don't remember what I stuck in here. Oh, yes, evokers. You know, for all those, a whole bunch of them in here, too. These guys, Totem of Undyings. There you go. So, you can get all of that what we need. I like this. This is a nice clean look area. No, I don't have any plans. I think I'm going to leave this interior of these all in stone just because it gives it a little nice look of being natural spawn area for some of these guys. So I may come back through and change up some of the room decor just a little bit. Add in some like nether or end material. Just so that I can specifically spawn certain mobs there and just go, hey, look, that's just the way they look. We do have all of this lighting decoration here that needs to go into place. So all of that needs to come around the corner here, and it's going to run the gambit of this floor and all the way down, run the gambit of that floor. So it just gets in this. I like the look of it. It gives you a nice clear, it looks like we're trucking stuff all over the place. So the reactor room has gotten a big upgrade. So we have moved off from our fission reactor. So we are no longer making nuclear waste. I'll turn this, now we'll turn this on periodically just so that we can get polonium out of it. But that's pretty much it. I need to check. I hope I did not cover that thing up. That's going to bother me. No, I did not cover it up. Yes, that was kind of the idea. Ever since we did the mech suits, I've had this whole Tony Stark, Iron Man thought process going on in my head for whatever reason. So this feels more like a laboratory. Real cool thing to look at is down here. This is our turbine. So this also generates power, but we're not running it right now because all of our power needs comes from this guy. And this is our brand new fusion reactor that we built up over Thanksgiving, actually. I think I did this yesterday. We finally got all of the parts and everything together for it. And so we are pumping deuterium and tritium into this guy, and creating plasma. The fuel rates here, that still looks to be in really good shape. So we're creating plasma from this, and that plasma is in turn making a lot of energy per tick, like more than what we're actually capable of using right now. I hadn't figured out what to do with it all, but I take that back. I know what we're going to do with it all. I just haven't built that stuff out yet. But this used to be all stone, and now it's a very nice, clean, white, laboratory-esque sort of area. So I think I may clean up some of these extra lines in here and just square it off a little bit more on the interior. Just so that it actually looks like an interior of a room. And those are the other remaining plans and thoughts that are kicking around. But it still looks way better than what it used to, all in stone. So that's our fusion or reactor facilities. Let's see. We put in a portal to the center of our colony, so we don't have to fly down from the top. We can just pop in down here. So that works out really well. Then, of course, there's our access to our bone meal. I was having fun. I put this in here. I will probably take this out. So this is just a garage door. But what makes it nice is you just can't open it unless you have a garage door remote. So security feature maybe? I don't know. But none of this has changed. I had to come in here and decorate all of this. Try and decide what we want this to look like. But this is all pretty much still as it has been. Let's see. Center of colony we've done. So then there's the dye shop, which needs to be up. I need to make this look prettier. But this is basically, so this is what we were trying to make our cement shop. And this still makes stuff to do cement. I did not bring the button with me. And I'm not going to go fight to try and run back and forth. But we can trigger this whole system to get a bunch of... we'll just go do it real quick. It's not that difficult to run up here and go push the button. Send that pulse. And so that redstone pulse travels all the way over here to the dye shop. As we run out here, we'll try to catch it while it's still in activity. And so it causes this thing to move forward. And we are catching it, yep, on the forward route. So underneath that's basically a stone generator. So that goes back and forth, chomps up all the stone. And you can see the water. It's actually easier to see it here where you can see the water stream out and then get turned into stone. Now, because this is create and this is a moving contraption, it doesn't clip through the stone. So this is what allows us to get away with doing this. And it's only when this thing comes to a rest, when it stops. So even right now, it's still... Now this has got a machine that actually has collision. So if I had stopped that any further, it would actually not have allowed these blocks to reform. Or in some cases could have broken them. But all that gets dropped down here. And as you saw, the first round are going through here, getting ground up. So we get gravel that comes out of this first round. The gravel will go through this guy who's... Yeah. This is just going to split it in half. So we get half the gravel goes that way. The other half goes along the bottom. And then it all becomes sand and gravel after it gets ground up. So basically all of the components that we need for the cement. The next steps of the phase out here is to be able to take all of this, collect all of the cement from here, and then these are our dye mixers. So these are making literally whatever dye we want them to make. So we'll need to output from the dye mixers and then mix with the sand and gravel from here to make concrete. Pipe all that to an automated crafter and produce colored concrete at a push of a button. Long convoluted, holy criminies. So the bone meal, we use the bone meal here, which is basically making red, blue, and green flowers that are turning around making the red, blue, and green dyes that are powering the dye mixers. So this is a fairly heavily convoluted system to do something that you could probably do on your crafting table faster. But it's just fun to do anyways. But that's the dye shop. Yes, it still needs decoration. We're working on it. This is the latest area that we put in. This is a cool one. And this is our mechanism, our advanced mechanism workshop. So right now, this is doing ×5 ore grinding. So one piece of gold in this machine will make 5 gold ingots by the time it comes to the end right here. And I have a big open space right here, and that's intentional because the other thing that's coming in down here is the super phase shift collider. It's a big laser system that's going to use up a lot of that power we're generating. But I've got to make a bunch more polonium before I can even make that. So that's a project that's sitting in the wind, waiting. But yeah, these 1, 2, 3, 4 stations here are basically all of the working components necessary to support ×5 or production. There you go. From mechanism. Now we have 3 electrolytic separators. That's because that's what I needed to make certain I had enough oxygen and chlorine and sulfuric acid production to support these machines that are completely maxed out. Yeah, it just gets bleh. But enough about all this. I think that pretty much wraps up what we've got going on here. So the last room is our new Sharestone Room because everybody else on the server has created a Sharestone location. I don't have one, so I made one. And so this is my Sharestone Room, including with monochrome the lab over the door that takes you into it. So I can tell you the green one is Astria's. She is a member of our server. She has just a few little areas. Let's start with hers first. Hers is easy because the Explorer she's using that one when she's out adventuring, as she calls it. So you never know where you're going to end up if you ever take that one. It's still fun on occasions just to see what happens. But her she shed, this is Astria's place. She has done an awful lot of work decorating it. This sits on the outskirts of Bazinga's colonies. It's Bazinga and Astria, so anybody who's watched regularly, see them coming out here. This is the teleporter would take us over there somewhere in the middle of the island of his colony. So this is Astria's little place. She's really into her trees. So she's been decorating a little bit. Yeah, it looks good. She's done an awful lot of hard work. This is her. We'll have to go back in for a landing. I should just turn off my jets and fall to the ground. It would be faster. So right up here is her bedroom area, and she's got this space up here. Astria. Right. It needs an extra ladder there. So this is her, I guess this is her flower room. She seems to like it. Oh, fireflies. I should make her one of those, it's over here. I think it's in the Forbidden. I think you should be able to capture those guys. Yeah, right here. We should make her one of these two jars. She'll like those. Bazinga's making a spawn factory. So this is Astria's little abode. It's nice and cozy. She's done a really nice job at it. I would have never considered We live in the Americas, or at least I do. I think Astria and Bazinga are also over here in the U.S. and Shale is in the U.S. We have. I had one of the earlier guys that were on here. We had somebody from, was that Denmark? I know we got somebody from England also played sporadically. We have a guy from Canada who plays. We have people that play from all over the world. It's kind of cool. So I believe that's, yeah, let's go. We'll just go back and forth across the sides. So here's Zoda's spot. Zoda has done an awful lot of really interesting work prettifying his. So this is Zoda's teleport center. And this is the majority of his big work has been in making this area look really nice. He's in his blue phase. The other thing that he's been working on is over here at his Britannia stuff. So he's been cleaning up and making his Gaia area look nice and clean. He did do the runes to make his own Thor's hammer. I think he's got it on his slate to come over here and do some astral sorcery work. Yeah, you can see he's already started to clear out this area just a little bit. So he started on his astral sorcery stuff, which is cool. Yeah. And then, of course, he's done this thing over here. Where he's gone to Twilight and robbed castle doors off from the final area to use to... But this is his way to his colony. He's currently working on that. He has his own stream. I do not know his stream schedule. I think he just kind of streams whenever he wants to. But I would highly suggest, if you're curious as to what he's got going on, definitely go check him out. This is his mob area. I do think he's got, those are blazes. I think this one is, yeah, that's his creeper one. So we got to just be a little careful around that creeper one. I would hate for that thing to blow up with us around it. And then, so this is his Hall of Villainy with his own little walkway out to his Britannia area. Just slide through there real quick. So we'll go back to the lab because all right, so we've done Zoda's, we've done Astria's. I guess we'll go check in with Shale, her hollow. Has got a nighttime. So she has been like really busy. And you can see some of her work. So she's been upgrading a lot of this down here. She's getting much further along. That is her tree farm. That is supporting her operation for her treehouse village. We'll go check that out a little later. Colony-wise, though, it's all looking really good. So this is definitely the underside of it. And then this is, of course, the above ground area. I think she's pretty much done, or maybe she's getting close to being done. I think she's planning on putting up some walls, maybe. I don't know. Oh, a long time ago we were talking about putting up walls. I just don't know that they ever got done. She's definitely been busy out here. like this because I don't mind the green. We may get on other people's nerves just a little bit. Those instead, and then off. Of course, by the time I turn that off, that is when it's daytime. That's fine. It's just fine. All right, let's see if we can find our way out of here. Let's try not to jump too far. I'm still working my way through this jet propulsion travel system. So there you have it. I think she's done, yeah, she's done some upgrades on her storage system or her energy system. So she's added a little bit more to it, I can see. So that's not too bad. But we will pop back over. And so, of course, then the last one is Bazinga's and Astria's little town area. I don't know why that's there. So this is their colony. Bazinga's got a little bit of time on his hands. I thought mine was pretty big. Scale wise, I think Bazinga's got me beat. He's done a lot of work, but I suspect he's probably been a city planner sometime in his past. Things are laid out really nice and organized around here. So, but all in all, it looks really nice. He's done a lot of hard work on this and gathered a lot of resources and did a lot of layouts for it. So I imagine this wasn't easy for him. And I'd like to say he's got a Twitch thing that you can go follow him on. The simple truth of the matter is if he does, I don't know what it is. I don't think he does, though. So we'll pop down here. So this is Bazinga's little Sharestone Room. So like I said, everybody has their own little Sharestone area. I was the one lacking, so I fixed it. But so that's got them all done. I guess the things that are left to talk on are like, yes, this is Shale. So here's the one to Shale's Ewok village, as she calls it. So she's been. That's all right. You take care of yourself, Belle. It was nice to see you. Come back anytime. Have a good night, my friend. So Shale's been working on this thing where she takes these later, bud. What are these trees? These are the robust trees, I think. Yeah, these large twilight oaks. And she has set about to replacing all of the logs with darkwood logs. So that's probably what she wanted that farm for. So there's one tree that she's started to replace. I actually think I like the dark oak look to it. That looks nice and good. But she plans on, if I understand correctly, to put strings and little houses and do basically a large Ewok style tree house around each of the trees and whatnot. So this is definitely coming along very nicely. She did this in like this circle layout. I think there's supposed to be some more trees that are supposed to pop up in between these guys to really fill this out and not make these the rope bridges between them so big. We'll see. I do not know. I do know that it is a very impressively big project. She's excited about it. So we are excited for her. The other thing that we have is the Wellness and Success Center that we're still working on. So last weekend we did finally get into a design as far as the floor layout went, at least for the center section. So this looks good. We're just in the process of laying out. I gotta get some more, which is what that machine right there is that makes all of this liquid starlight. So, and all we have to do is just fill the liquid starlight in everywhere. But we're working on it. But we should be able to produce enough liquid starlight to fill this all the way out. Now these are supposed to be portal areas. So we have 4. The idea here is eventually if we have more people who show up or come join the server, there's room for, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 12. Yeah. 12 other Sharestones to land in here if necessary. And of course, if we need more, we can always add more. It's not that big of a deal. These rooms here are, so the wave room is going to be our experience ballroom, where you basically walk in, stand in the center, and just have a swamp of massive inflow of experience that just happens all around you. We're planning on doing that using an essence generator and industrial foregoings. What is that? Dissolution Chamber? What is the name of this thing? Solar fertilizer. Oh no. There we just, yeah, it's called the Dissolution Chamber. So you can put just like a little drop into there and you don't need anything else in it. It makes bottles. So the game plan is to actually cut up underneath this building here. We will put in some chambers where there's literally mob farms and spawners running, producing essence nonstop to fill up the whole system. That's the plan anyways. And here is the potion brewing room, where we'll do some kind of like upper end, come get all the potions that you could want, push a button, get whatever potion you need sort of room. This is the library for the enchanting. So we thought it would be a great idea to have the enchanting right across the street from the experience room. Zoda's planning on doing work through here. I'm not really certain what the crisscross shape pattern is for, but we'll have to check with Zoda on that one. He's the mastermind behind this little particular thing. And then on the other one over here is our recycling center. So the idea here is to bring in, what we want to do is we want to bring in items and go, hey, do the items have an enchant? If they do, collect the enchant, or yeah, we want to collect the enchant off in it and stick it on the book. So the things that we're going to need to have underneath here is like an auto crafter that makes books. So we'll need a bamboo farm, not bamboo. We'll need a sugarcane farm for paper, and then we'll also need something for string. Though if we put spiders in our essence generating system, we'll get all the string that we want, plus spider eyes for the potion brewing. So there's a lot of interdependency with the systems that we're planning on putting in place here. But the idea would be is then that we could strip the books, strip the enchants to the books, take the metals, and we'll probably put one of those arc furnaces, the big immersive engineering arc furnace underneath here, as that seems to have the biggest total of recycling of equipment. that's at least got metal in it. And so we'll wash it that way. Now, the nice thing is leather should be easy to detect, because once it goes through and has the enchantment strip off in it, then it's just leather, and all we have to do is detect leather and then throw the leather away. The art furnace won't recycle leather, so there's only so much you can do with that. And then we have the big doors that are on the cardinal directions. We actually have one working door. Just playing around with this. So this is all of the driving force behind it. So this is the setup for create that is going to make the doors open. Though we're thinking I may end up coming back and redoing this, because we were talking about it, and while this looks good, right? So while this looks nice, we're thinking we may want the actual bigger wall. So rather than that little square, which this is still a nice touch. I like the looks of all that. We may actually take it up and make this bigger. So like this, I would almost say between these two cobblestone wall pieces, somewhere in this neck of the woods, carve this whole thing right here out and then fold that down. Would give us a much bigger gangplank, and then we would have a bridge here. In which case we wouldn't need something this complicated with this double quench system, because that's not really necessary. Instead we would go that, you could swing it forward and then just land it down. The other thoughts, and this one too is one that we're toying around with and keeping in mind, because if we stick with the small door, which is totally a doable thing, we thought about actually having the rest of the bridge structure right here come up out of the ground and meet this one as it lays down. So you would have a button over here, and then the actual the actual bridge would just rise up out of the ground here, which I think that's a really cool idea too. So yeah, we're still talking about that one. But I think if I did that, what I would want is for the ground here to kind of fold out of the way, so that the bridge could come up from underneath of it, which we could do. That would be worthwhile. Look, I'm busy, guys. Go away. So we could do that too. There's lots of possibilities here. We're still working on it. And we will do a lot tomorrow and make a lot of decisions tomorrow, I think, based on some inputs and trial and errors and everything else on what we do tomorrow. But yeah, so this is like the first door. That turned out really cool. Wait. Oof. These are the walls that he's putting in, that Zoda's putting in. And I think this is actually supposed to go back in towards that interior structure. And so we're trying to do this whole, basically make it look like a giant flower from overhead. So as you look, if you were to look down from it, you would get this idea of a flower sort of thing. So this will be a dome here in the center, and then we'll probably have some kind of leaf style roofing over top of it coming off the end. That is a witch farm, but I think I've actually got a mob duplicator for witches. Or I got a witch caught in a mob duplicator, or a mob imprisonment tool. which case I may just take my sword with Capture 5 and swing away at a bunch of witches until I get the witch's spawn egg, and then use that to make a witch spawner, in which case I don't really need that over there. So yeah, we're leaving it closed up for right now, but that's for right now. We got some things to work on still. Those are some of the really big fun things that we've got going on. We still have a lot more that is going on, and sometimes it just never feels like there's enough time in the day. It really just does not ever feel enough time in the day. Go away. But that being said, a lot of really fun things that are occurring over here. So yes, well, from last week to this week, what has changed? Big new fusion reactor. We did some decorating over there. We've done a little bit of decorating. Basically, I've been going through and just swapping blocks out is what I've been doing. We're going to call it decorating just because it makes me feel better. But honestly, I've just been swapping blocks around. The iron farm hasn't had any updates to it, hasn't needed any updates to it, still runs like a champ. Let's see, what other things would we be having? Okay. I don't remember what flower. Oh, that's. Yes. We have managed to make it to Alfheim. That was the last other thing that occurred. Not interested in you, dude. So yes, we have made it to Alfheim. It's currently dark. But yeah, big, pretty place. If you haven't been, I highly recommend it. It's fun. Lots of really good resources to go grab. I am going to probably come through here with my infinity saw and scoop up a bunch of these greenwood trees. It is at night. It is a witch and whatever these guys. Which one? Really? No idea which one it is. You know what? That's okay. We don't need to know. We can just fly up here and get out of their hair. So that's the tree that we came in at. So that's where I took the portal across into Alfheim. Like I said, for the most part, it's a really pretty place to visit. If I can remember where I put the Sharestone down at. There it is. So there you go. Lots of different biomes over here. During the day, like perfectly calm, peaceful, relaxing. Who cares? Nobody's gonna bother you. At night, let's just say it's less. Not exactly what I would call fun. don't want it raining on my head. Sleep? Yes. Sleep real quick. And then we will make some room in our bags. And we will dump all the things. Because, you know, we want all of that mess in our bags for some reason. But yeah, so there you go. Bazinga left me a door, so this is now officially the Bazinga Door of Mystery. I have no idea the purpose of it. Other than he said he found it here, and so he just stood it up there. For what it's worth, I've never used an iron door on anything, so I don't know. Sit here with arrows sticking out of us. So that's it. That's what we've been up to. That's what's been going on the server. That's the things that people have been having fun with doing. Those have been the stuff that we've been up to. Tomorrow morning we will have our nice long, you know, 4 or 5 hour whatever stream session. We'll work on the wellness center. We'll try to build up floor. I'd like to see. We'll probably do a lot of dig out from underneath of it, but that's okay. We've got an infinity drill, so that'll make that carve out section like really quick. We will need to probably sponge all the water underneath the Wellness and Success Center. And I am being summoned. But there you have it. Give me 1 second. All right. And so with that, I've got arrows sticking out of me in funny places. We are going to retire for the evening. I hope to see you all here bright and early in the morning for Saturday morning coffee. Bring your cups. I will have mine. We will sit down. We will laugh. We will drink. We will cry. We will have fun. We will have a good time. Thank you for coming out and hanging out with us on Community Night. I hope that you saw something you liked. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Feel free to let me know any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer them as much as I possibly can. You can either, if you missed this video or you missed any other previous videos, they're all being stored and kept. So every stream that we do here is being kept unedited over on my YouTube site. So you can go watch them all there again. It goes all the way back to, I think, the first time I started streaming on this server, where we were trying to put together a melon and pumpkin farm, and that just turned out atrociously funny. Anyways, if you got any questions or whatnot, feel free to ask them. Drop a line. There's commentaries, whatever. We look forward to seeing you all, and we hope you all have a good night. My name's Nori, and this has been our mess.